What is up, you guys? We're back with another quick one today. We're going to go over a quick couple of general success stories that my guy Connor here has had. And yeah, man, just kick it off, I guess, with let's talk about briefly what you were just mentioning about reaching out to people that have status, quote unquote. Sometimes when you're looking for a new opportunity, whether it's career, whether it's just relationship that you're trying to build with, a lot of people can be in a place in life where they have so much going on, they have so many opportunities that it's kind of hard to sift through that and to kind of get in front of that person and get their attention. I was just watching part of Napoleon Hill's movie Think and Grow Rich, and it tells the story of this guy, Edwin C. Barnes. And at the time, he really looked up to Thomas Edison. Thomas Edison had been killing it, obviously, the super inventor of his time. And he literally walks into his office and says, "Hey, like, I'm your new partner." And he's just like, it's funny how the whole thing plays out, but essentially he starts off in this lower position, but then slowly works his way up and proves to Thomas Edison how much of a valuable asset he can be. And they form a partnership, which, takes the course over 30 years. They're partners and they achieve so much together. So anyways, why don't you, go ahead and touch on that, like getting in touch with people and your outlook as far as that goes, your experience with that.
Yeah, so I love to lift weights, and I always sort of like looked up to certain people within the fitness industry, and for me it was always about like specific workouts, questions around how to hit muscle groups in a specific way, or hey, I like that this what clothing, even like I love that t-shirt, or I love this, where can I where can I get this, and then it would break off into a completely different separate conversation for hours. And so I would just always sort of reach out to people that I looked up to, and for me it's always been very easy to have conversation with people who have very high status, and I never looked at these people with high status. I just looked at them as like, this is just a dude that I look up to. I think his content is sick, and like I just want to say what's up, hey dude, whatever it might be, whatever question I may have, I just shoot the question out. And like for me it's always like I've always gotten immediate feedback, like from the person specifically. And as I was telling Alex, I've had past girlfriends in my life, I'll be kind of like, how are you having this conversation with this person right now? And they've always been sort of like weary, like, are you guys like buds? And it's like, because everybody I reach out to ends up getting back. And I think my thing about that is like, I just look at everyone as like the same, and like we're all just here kind of learning our way. And some people have different followings and some people don't, some people have large followings, some people don't. And we're all just sort of on this journey together. And so for me, I don't like set anybody on a pedestal ever. We're all learning, you know what I mean? And so I think there's zero resistance there for me.
Yeah, I like that a lot. I mean, it's very true. It's very easy to get swept up into that mentality where you do put people on a pedestal, and we've been brought up to see people that we see in the limelight or on the screens. It used to be the majority of TV, but now on social media as well, to just see them as a lens through like, oh, this person is different. They were like cut from a different cloth. They were, I don't know, born under a lucky star. We've got all these different, sayings as well for this type of thing. And so that type of viewpoint is very valuable. I mean, and it's clearly translating in the way that you're communicating with them. Before we turned the camera on, I was just mentioning earlier that sometimes people that have a lot going on in their lives, they are, they have so much going on and they have so many opportunities presented to them, and so many people reaching out to them, that they can sift through very quickly who's, communicating in a kind of needy way or communicating in a way that's putting them on a pedestal. And they don't want that either. They don't want to be put so much on a pedestal. They don't want, they want to just be communicated with in a kind of normal way as well. That shows that you aren't trying to take something from them. You're just, you're here, say what's up, like treat them as you would anybody else, and they can, most of the time they'll respond pretty positively as far as that goes.
Certainly.
But yeah, I like that. So, and then the other thing you mentioned, so we were talking before about this this opportunity. I guess, would you want to give us any examples, or would you feel comfortable giving us an example of like somebody with this kind of status that you reached out to, or somebody with a big following that just like immediately responded? And
like names?
Yeah, and either names or just an example of how, you know, how the conversation went. Like you just straight up asked them a question and they just got back to you. Like
I'll give like examples probably.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Like, yeah, so it was just, for me, it was always, yeah, just, you know, like the example would be just like last week, like I reached out to a pretty big influencer that was just like, I thought his reels were sick on Instagram. And I was just like, dude, those tank tops are sick. Where can I get those? And this dude, there's probably no chance. If you send a message to like this person, like probably never gonna get back.
Right.
Immediately got back.
Yeah.
Got it here, dude. They're sick. Like, blah, blah, here, I'm gonna shoot you the link. Like off-brand fucking Amazon link.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And so it's not Gymshark. It's not like anything specific. It's just like super off-brand.
Yeah. And how many followers does this guy have? Do you know about the numbers?
Scraping close to 1 million.
Okay. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. I mean, yeah, you're absolutely right. When you have that many level of followers, it's like you don't even see these messages. So it's like that's kind of wild, honestly.
Yeah.
He would get back to you so quickly.
Yeah.
And take time out of his day to shoot you the exact link. You know.
Yeah. Yeah. And so just got into a discussion about like sort of like content, and his content specifically is something I resonated with because it's just the style of editing. I really liked it. I love cinematography.
Yeah.
And so those videos, we kind of got into that a little bit, and I got reached out to by a company as well to be an athlete potentially. It was just sort of on the back burner, sort of an idea I had. I liked the idea, and so we kind of had a little bit of back and forth, and I ended up talking to him a little bit about that. And he's not sponsored by this company, but he thought it'd be a cool sponsorship, and so we kind of went back and forth about potentially us, you know, just playing with the idea of like sponsorships and stuff like that. So
yeah, that's really dope. That's super cool. I mean, I'm sure that there's something about the way you're showing up in your communication, which is just makes people it's reducing any level of friction. And that's a very important skill in today's day and age too, to be able to reach out to somebody in a digital format, which is the way that is the easiest way to reach out to people nowadays, and establish a connection that quickly is definitely, it's so valuable to be able to have. And the way that you're presenting yourself online must also be very congruent, because that's what a lot of people want to see as well, is like, okay, this person looks like he just is just a normal guy, or like a person that wants to improve. And a lot of the times people that have achieved more things in life or whatever, they want to share that as long as they know that the person reaching out is like a good-hearted person that wants to do the right thing and that wants to learn from them in a genuine way, rather than somebody that's trying to do any with any other ulterior motives or agenda, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so I like that a lot. And then that actually is a really good segue into what you described earlier, is like this acting opportunity that kind of manifested as well, right?
Yeah, so when I was going through like the whole manifesting specific person back, I just kind of wanted to build more belief within myself.
Yeah.
And so basically I just selected a random thing, and acting and cinematography has always been a major interest of mine,
which is cool because same, honestly.
Yeah. But it wasn't ever really something that I took seriously. I was just like, it would be sick, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
To do this. I love war films. I love the military. So just being in a role like that would have been sick, you know? And so it was a random thing, and I just basically was just like, I want something spectacular to happen, and I want it to happen tomorrow, and I want to receive a text. And I had been thinking about acting at the time and how cool that could have been, and it wasn't like I want a specific, I want an acting role or I want this. It wasn't like that. It was just a very general general sort of affirmation.
Something you wanted something spectacular to happen. That was the affirmation.
That was the affirmation.
Yeah.
And I had an opportunity sort of surface through a friend of my sister's, and then she got me connected with somebody who had an acting opportunity for, it was a specific TV show. I know I told you it was like, I know I told you it was The Walking Dead, but it wasn't. It was something different. I want to say it was like, it was some sort of like Bachelor style show, if I'm remembering correctly.
Some type of reality show.
It was some type of reality show.
Yeah.
If I'm remembering correctly, yes. And then I did briefly look into like the Walking Dead stuff because I love that show, and I thought like, you know, it would be cool to have an opportunity there too. But
yeah.
This specifically, I think it was a huge show. It wasn't like a small thing. It was like a very, very big show.
Yeah.
I never like decided to like
take them up on it.
I just wanted to build belief within myself, and that was like enough for me to be like,
this is
like
real.
Next day, like
yeah.
like a text from like the director of the show.
He literally texted you?
Dude, my sister's best friend literally gave the dude or the girl, whatever, the dude or the girl, I forgot what, you know, it's been
yeah your number,
like having back and forth.
That's so sick, man.
Yeah.
And so like also just like that connection, you know, that bridge of incidents like established.
Yeah.
And then he texted you. Did they send him your picture or something like that?
I'm pretty sure she probably sent my social media
your profile or something. Yeah.
She's got my sister, and you know, I have pictures of my sister, so she probably sent something off, you know.
Yeah, man. Awesome. Cool. Was there anything else you wanted to add on as far as any of those topics relate, or?
I would say like closing thoughts would be like, allow it to happen, you know, like just make your statements and sort of follow through with your affirmations and sort of like allow things to unfold. Don't be so like fixated on what ifs, or sort of like what if it doesn't come in time, or just like let the time go, let time piece go. I think that's pretty advanced. Like if you're like, I want it to happen by this date, and there's that's sort of an advanced take, and I wanted to take an advanced take because it was time for me to take that step and like build even more belief, because I had done the ladder technique.
I know what you're saying.
So I took the advanced step to setting a date and not letting anything else like sort of step in the way of that.
Yeah.
And so I was very direct, I was very focused, and it happened, and it built more belief within me, which allowed me to continue my path and continue to have belief on my journey to my SP. And so I think it was like it was a building block for success for me, and sort of on my path to get there. And I think it was like pretty cool.
Yeah,
you know?
Absolutely. And I agree. Like that's very true, because you do see sometimes people debate back and forth whether you should put time limits on things or not. And I think what you said is absolutely true. Like it is more advanced, and if you do that and you have success with that, well, yeah, you're going to be building a lot of belief, and that's awesome to be able to do that. But I do like as well the simple, you know, getting back to just the simplicity of something spectacular is going to happen tomorrow. Because again, you're not putting too much pressure on it. You put pressure on it a little bit, I guess, in the sense of the time. That's like, okay, this is happening tomorrow. But if you're way too strict and way too dogmatic, I think, with like what you want to happen or whatever, like I'm going to do this, it's like you're just, you know, that you're then causing friction between you and a manifestation appearing or a sign or whatnot. And so this something spectacular happening, I love how open-ended that is, because it really does allow the universe to kind of present to you, whether it could be that or it could be a sign. You could have maybe seen some ad to apply for something that was right up your alley, like a military role or something, you know, and it could have been any number of things, right? But it happened in a spectacular way because you had that belief and you did it. And it is truly spectacular what happened, like that the director of the show actually personally texted you.
Yep.
That's not even, you know, that's another example too of somebody with like a high position of power within that realm of acting, and he has the power to decide who is and who's not in the show, and him just reaching out to you just is a very good indication that you're showing up in the right way, where you're allowing that to happen to you, and in a very consistent way. So Amazing.
Totally, yeah.
Amazing success stories. Anyways, man, thank you so much for sharing the success stories. Really awesome how we were able to connect to begin with. And yeah, man, like look forward to, you know, hearing more of your success. I know that you're going to be up to, like, I'm sure that you're going to be killing it in regardless of whatever areas that we're both focusing on. Like maybe we'll come back, we'll do another a video at some point or something.
Totally, yeah.
But I love hearing, you know, your perspectives, because I feel like the successes that you've had, you have a lot of cool insights to share and little nuggets that people can take. So anyways, awesome chatting today. And yeah, we'll see you guys. Drop us a like, drop us a comment down below. Let us know what you thought. If you guys have any experiences that resonate with what we've talked about today, and yeah, hit the subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys next time.